So, here I am again. I finally got around to watch Black Swan in theaters. Um, it finally got a release here in Seattle, which is pretty cool, after it was only released in like, I don't know, 30 theaters throughout the US. So I watched it this week, and it was a great movie, without no doubt. It was a really, really great movie. It was directed by Darren Aronofsky, who's not an unknown. Most people remember him probably because of Requiem for a Dream, probably one of the most depressing movies it was ever made, uh, and very very underrated. The Fountain from 2006, and of course The Wrestler, 2008's small movie, small gritty movie with Mickey Rourke about the wrestling world. Black Swan is a movie focusing on only one character, played by Natalie Portman. She's Nina Sayers. She's a ballet dancer, and she's a dancer in a group, and she is getting the role or the title role of not a title role. She's getting like the main role in the ballet Swan Lake by Tchaikovsky, I guess. Yeah, I think it was Tchaikovsky. Anyways, so she gets the role, and she's supposed to play both main roles. There's like the White Swan, who's the good one, and the Black Swan. If you want to know more about the story, either watch the movie, like the story about Swan Lake, not the story about Black Swan. If you want to know more about the story of Swan Lake, then check it out online, or maybe you've even seen the ballet, which I haven't. Very much to my regret. I wish I had. Anyways, so she gets the role, and it's about her struggling with pressure from the outside, pressure from her choreographer, pressure from her really really dominant mom, and it's basically about her mental development. If you want to know, if you know what I mean, it's kind of crazy. If you've seen the trailer, then you know this is a trippy movie, and if you know like the other movies made by Darren Aronofsky, you know you're in for a weird ride. About the actors, so we have Natalie Portman in the title role of Nina Sayers, and she's extremely convincing since the movies mostly focus on her. She's the main actress. She's the main character. She's the person who's like on screen the most. She's very convincing. Like there was no moment in it where I thought like, damn, she's. There was no moment where it seemed like wooden or anything. It was, you always like went with her. You somehow sympathized with her, but it was also like she was a weak character like in the beginning, and her development is extremely convincing made. Uh, just check the movie out. You'll see what I mean. So Natalie Portman, she's definitely like an Academy Award and Golden Globe contender this year, and I hope she's gonna win after like years to come. What was before that, like Closer, if you remember. Wow, she was good in that. So I hope she's gonna win for Black Swan finally, and I mean this year's gonna be good for her as well. Like being in Tor, and Your Highness. Hopefully this is gonna be a cool movie. Who else is in there? So we have Mila Kunis. She's basically the counterpart of Natalie Portman's character. She plays Lily, a new dancer in a group, and they are basically set up as like counterparts, as I already said. Natalie Portman is most of the movie just wearing white stuff, and Mila Kunis is most of the movie just wearing black stuff. So it's like we have black and white contrast. Ooh, um, she's good. She's not like overly good since her screen time is not that much. I like after reading lots of interviews before it, and like reading articles and watching the trailer, she seems like extremely important, and her role seems to be extremely big. But in the end, it's not that much. I mean, she's kind of like the pressure from the outside for Portman's character, but I would more declare her a minor character in this movie, not like the major character. As I said, Natalie Portman is the number one. So we have a bunch of supporting characters. We have Mila Kunis, then we have Vincent Cassel, a French guy. Here in the US, probably most known through the Oceans movies. Yeah, Oceans. He was in Oceans 12 and Oceans 13. Uh, he's the choreographer, and he does a really good job as like this. How should I call it? Impudent, maybe. Yeah, he's really impudent. Check out the movie. You know what I mean. Then we have Winona Ryder. Most of us probably remember her like from the 90s. She was a shining star at the Hollywood sky, I'd say, but nowadays she's mostly forgotten, only gets like minor roles, like in this movie, which is actually pretty cool. Like, she's basically like, she basically adds another dimension to the ballet world. She plays like a retired or forced to be retired ballerina, and it's just like somehow critique at the ballet world, at the fast living ballet world. It's just like first focusing on the young dancers, uh, and she's good. She's good as most of the characters in his movies. Like, Darren Aronofsky has a reputation of being an actor's director. Like, he can get like the best out of actors. And last but not least, we have Barbara Hershey. Uh, Actually, I think the only other movie I've ever seen her in was Falling Down, and this was like early 90s, I guess. Yeah. Anyways, she's the mom. She's the mom of Natalie Portman, and she's scary. She's scary as hell. You won't believe it. She gets even scarier throughout the movie. Like, she's dominant and scary in the beginning, and she's like the devil in the end. It's crazy, but it's awesome. Watch it. About the movie itself. The movie itself, I would call it a mixture. Yeah, it's hard to like point to only one genre to say, okay, this is definitely this or this is definitely this. No, it's not. It's a mixture of many stuff. So in the beginning, it's more like a realistic and really gritty ballet movie. So it's shot like in documentary style. It's basically the same what Darren Aronofsky already did in The Wrestler with the wrestling world, and it works. It really works. Like, we don't have like any candy, sweet stuff like in, I don't know, Hollywood crap. Like, does anyone remember Center Stage? Goddamn awful. No, it's not like that. It's great. It's realistic. It's dark, and you see bleeding feet, bleeding. Oh god, you see actually a lot of blood. Damn, it's gonna like affect you. It's it has elements of sports movies. So we have the underdog, Natalie Portman, against all odds. She's like, she wants to have this role. She wants to like succeed in being the best, and there are so many obstacles in her way. Her mom, her choreographer, her counterpart in the form of Mila Kunis. What else do we have? And the movie is of course a character piece. It's focused on Natalie Portman's character. It's focused on her development throughout the movie. And the funny thing is, like, the movie itself parallels the story of the Swan Lake. I think I already said it. I'm not sure, but as I said, if you know the story about Swan Lake, then you should check it out. You'll see what I mean. Um, and the movie already also features horror movie elements. So I watched this movie with a bunch of friends of mine, and they were jumping out of their seats. There were like some mean shock moments. I was like, "Phew, seriously, this was good stuff." Um, so all in all, I like this movie. Um, Not perfect. I think there were like some parts that could have been shortened or maybe probably completely skipped. I'm not sure. I was never really bored, but I felt like it could have been a bit more tight. So for me, it was definitely top notch. 9 out of 10, and a worthy contender for this year's Academy Awards and Golden Globes. So go check it out. It's worth the watch. That's for it. See you then.